That was sick.
You're a lying sack of shit. It's gonna be a Rickroll. I fucking knew it, dude. Don't talk to me right now.
You will never be Japanese. You will never find the love of your life in Japan. You will never be the protagonist in an anime. You'll always be a loser.
My autism is peaking.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Omegacast, a podcast about gaming with two fucking losers. I'm your host, Jeremy, and welcome to co-host of Omegacast.
Oh man, I am Alex.
Dude, that is the only formal thing I'm gonna do, like, at all. Like, that's it. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll next time I'll just like record it beforehand, and like we don't have to do that every time, obviously.
No, I just thought it was we're too fucking losers.
Hey, I was going with it, man. You said you liked it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So for everybody that's obviously first time tuning in, we've been playing. How long have we known each other now? It's been like
Since Warlords
of Draenor and WoW. So like,
yeah,
dude, I don't. What we do this all the time. It's like look up the release date of it. Like, oh yeah, it's like 6 years or some shit like that, right?
Let's see, November 13th, 2014.
Ooh.
And even then, I don't know, I didn't play with you guys like right away. That was like around like Blackrock Mountain. I think I met with you guys.
Is that what it was? Yeah, because that was the
so.
guild questionable, right? With
No,
with
that
all
was
the rest of
questionable
the
parenting.
Oh, was it still? We had parenting in the name. Okay.
Yeah, it still had it.
I still pride myself for that name. So yeah, we've known each other for about 5 years. We finally met in person this year after that whole long debacle. Alex is a no-lifer here and hit 60 already in Classic. And I say that, but I'm actually the real casual. Like, it's fine.
God, I have to check my played time now. It's gonna be embarrassing.
Do it. What's your? I'll add to see your playtime.
I don't know. I gotta
You know
log
what though?
over.
Mine is embarrassing, to be completely honest. Like, the fact that I haven't hit 60 yet, and I think I have like 5 or 6 days played.
My mage is at 4 and about just under 5 days,
Okay.
which is really slow.
And your priest,
I don't know.
dude, your
The
priest has got to be
bites.
at like 7, 8 days.
It's probably like double that.
Oh my god. You guys went really, really, really hard at launch though. Like, you had your
Yeah,
whole
we did.
group set up and everything. Like, perfect 5-man dungeon grinding group. Like, easy to just.
So my time played at 60 alone is 13 days,
Oh my. What?
and my total time played is 20 days, 10 hours.
Oh my god.
7 days played to hit 60.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm not.
Wait, really? 7 days played to hit 60? I figured you guys were gonna be
Mhm.
in like the 5-day realm for sure.
It got really slow towards the end. I don't know. We were doing just like a lot of like running around trying to do, instead of like going for XP, just running around like doing like the Tearing Forging quest, which offers like abyss item for raiding. So we were just doing that, which wasn't XP efficient, but gave us items.
Right. Oh, I just realized I had you turned up way too loud. Like, I didn't have my headphones turned up all the way too. Dude, I am fucking up at this. It's great.
You're owning.
Oh my god, you're so loud. Holy shit. I think
The one who
that's
knocks.
why I had everybody turned down initially, because it was like I couldn't hear myself fucking think like when everybody would start talking at once. Okay, I think we're good now. Dude, I feel like you were probably maxing out that entire time. Shit, it's fine. it's fucking fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
People are deaf for the first 5 minutes of this. It's okay.
It'll be fine.
And you guys have downed. Did you guys down all? Your guild is down to all current content, right? Like in
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. There's
God,
nothing left
dude.
to do.
Oh, that's why you're making the alts, right?
Pretty
don't know.
much, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that's why I'm not in a rush, like, at all. I'm just like, man, I feel like it doesn't take that much time to like clear the current content, but I also don't want what's it called to come out already. I know October, November, December. That's like still 2 more months, until next year. And they said phase 2 was gonna release soon, right?
TM.
What's that? Oh, TM. Yeah, but I thought they said before the end of the year though.
I actually have no idea when phase 2 is coming out.
Okay.
At this point, I'm just kind of waiting for, honestly, phase 3.
Right.
Will hit.
Well, what about like PvP is tracked in phase 2 and then BGs are phase 3, right?
Yeah, that's right. So the honor system comes in phase 2, and then BGs at a later date.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's honestly I can wait until phase 3. Like this whole game, it's so funny because I'm getting my true classic experience because A, I didn't play classic, and B, I started in BC like by my fucking self. So all I did was play BGs all day long. Like I didn't do arenas, I didn't have a guild, I didn't play with anybody. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm this fucking level 70 warrior going around smacking people in bubbles, like it's the stupidest shit. I was so bad at the game. It's like not even funny. But like you said earlier, like it's a totally different WoW experience because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing when we first started playing.
The resources weren't available like they are today. Like
No, dude.
real.
Well, like Thoughtbot and shit was there, but like,
But
other than that.
Alakazam.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever, no, I don't think I was, dude. I think it was done before. Because Thoughtbot and then Wowhead had just reared its head. And it was like, whoa, this is like, it looks so much better than Thoughtbot. Because Thoughtbot looked like it was from 93. Like,
Who would have thought that fucking 15 years later, Method would be Wowhead?
Wait, what?
Or Wowhead is what, partnered with Method or the other way around?
Are they? I had no idea.
Pretty sure they are.
Huh. That's totally news to me. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of like any serious shit with WoW. I used to follow the arena teams and stuff like that, but then I just found out like the individuals and I was like, yeah, I'll just follow these guys like cuz they're better than like Bajira and and fucking Swafty.
Never I don't know, I never really got into the PvP scene too hard. Because like arenas dropped, but I wasn't warrior druid when they dropped, so I wasn't.
What did you play? You played shaman, right?
Shaman, yeah. So we did warrior shaman, and
that's still
kind of worked.
Yeah, it's still pretty high.
Our burst was high enough to get through everything.
Wait, warrior shaman like DPS healer?
Yeah.
For twos? Oh, okay. That was when like you could actually DPS like as healer a little bit and it'd like help out.
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, we had bloodlust, so that was.
Oh, that's right. That's when you could fucking lust in arenas.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that.
Bloodlust, pick a target and just annihilate somebody.
Yeah. Wait till warrior has full rage.
Do what?
Wait till warrior has full rage and then just go ham on something.
Dude, it was just all right. There's the druid. Fuck, go nuts. All right, there's the warriors. Hope we can get through everything.
God, dude, I remember in BC, like, I think was it BC or Wrath? They had I was doing twos with a holy paladin, and we were facing 2 resto druids. They killed me, of course, because I'm a shitter, and then they couldn't kill my holy paladin like at all. It was hilarious. I think it was a 45. I started recording Fraps, by the way. 45-minute video like of just him running around healing himself. Like he eventually ran out of mana, but that was when mana was like really, really like you never ran out, right?
Yeah.
It was so stupid though. Like I look back on it.
I had a similar story except we got gridlocked to the point where one of their guys left the arena match, rolled on our server. They got invited to our group. And we just had a roll off, and we ended up losing their roll, so I AFK'd in the match, and we lost.
I was actually doing that with Smitty once when Blood DKs could just heal through anything, and it was like a healer versus him as a Blood DK, and same thing. It went for like 45 minutes, and it was like, he same thing. His partner left and then started to shit talk him like while he was playing. He's like, dude, I can shit talk you and type. He's like, this is so easy. Like,
Good.
that was DK's hero class in their prime. God, I don't miss that, dude. Holy shit. So yeah, you've done all there is to do. You got what, full bis pretty much, except for that cloak, right? Like best in slot.
Nope. There's one Dire Maul release. There was it was a crafted cloak that got released. It was expensive, but I fucking have it.
Oh, so now you're bis.
So it's a weird state of bis.
What does that mean?
So for priest, the 3-set devout is all you go for.
Okay.
And you get that on your boots, your gloves, and your bracers. And so I have the devout boots, but I don't have like all 3 pieces.
Okay.
So there's another piece that could go in the boot slot that is technically better until I have all 3 pieces. And I'm missing that boot.
But you're like damn close.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I'm level 48. Yeah, I'm level 48 and a half right now. I was just doing a ZF run right before this. Hopefully, I can get my warrior up there. And then server transfers open. And then I can actually play with you. Because on release, for those of you that didn't play Classic, there was no... Like, the queues were fucking insane. I'm sure you heard about it if you didn't. So there would be like, what, 30,000 people in queue. You'd have to get in queue at like 2 p.m., remote into your machine, get in queue, and hopefully you could like log in by the time you got home. Or by the time you got home, you'd have like 1,000 people left in queue. And then, all right, you'd make something to eat and then sit up down on the computer and then just play the rest of the night.
I took that week off, and I was logging in Tyler. Like, I was going in, like 1 p.m.
Yeah, that's when you had to join the queue. It was fucking ridiculous. Dude, so I switched servers because I didn't want to have to deal with that, because I got like 3 characters on servers that had queues to like level 20. Like, I have 3 alts that are level 20 already on different servers for no fucking reason. And I was starting to get fucking anxiety when I would play. Like, I'd log in. Like, as soon as I got home from work, I'd get on. I'm like, all right, cool. Man, I have to eat dinner. I don't have any food at home. All right, so I got to make dinner. So hopefully I don't log out. Well, I'll just snack on something. It'll be fine. And like, I was like starving myself. And I was, it was fucked up, man. So I was like, I'm just going to roll on this new server and just say fuck it and not play with any of my friends. Like, I'm not even playing on the, we have Horde and Alliance friends split. And I'm not even playing on the Alliance server with my friends. I'm playing just by my fucking self. And I'm having a great time.
I prepared for that week. I went to the store and got like all sorts of just stuff I can just throw in the microwave.
Dude, it wasn't the week.
I was ready.
It wasn't the week. It was the week after. The week of, dude, I had meals prepped. I had fucking meals prepped, dude. I was like ready to go that week because I took like a super long weekend. I took Thursday, Friday off or something. And then
I was remoting in from my phone, like before I would leave work, joining the queue, and usually by my drive home, I was good.
God damn. So yeah, I'm hoping server transfers open up. Blizzard, please, I will give you money, just like normal. Even though I fucking hate you guys for the Hong Kong shit. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
It's weird. I don't know. The server transfers, I don't know. The server transfers honestly kind of fucked our server.
Oh, the free ones that they had?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because not some Horde and some Alliance left.
Oh, for real? Like no Horde left?
Pretty much.
Dude, but I feel like
people left for sure, but it was mostly Alliance that ended up leaving the server.
I feel like that just screams Horde stubbornness. Like, oh, who are the people that play Horde? Oh, those stubborn assholes that didn't want to fucking transfer because they didn't want a dead server. Even though,
in spite of that, the top 3 guilds on our server,
yeah,
all Alliance.
That's insane to me, dude. When you showed me those graphs the other day, it was just like, oh yeah, top 3 rag kills or whatever, Alliance. It's like, excuse me?
It's Grizzly.
Yeah.
Grizzly being Grizzly though, they were private server spurgs.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about didn't Apes how fast did Apes down their shit? By the way, these are private server guilds that have been playing Classic for the last 10 years, which sounds as much fun as it sounds. I had better things to do.
It was a good time for the game to be alive, man. And the Classic was, I don't know, there's a reason so many people wanted it and so many people are still playing it now,
Mhm. Yeah, no, I know. I wonder what the actual numbers are of like.
I'd love to see that split.
Yeah,
Blizzard will never release it, but I would love to see that split.
I miss those days when on the box of like when you bought like World of Warcraft, it was like, oh, over 10 million players. Like, dude, that was a time, and not now. It's probably like 100,000 players. Which I mean, for this because there's so much cross server shit, like it makes the game feel alive when you're like queuing for shit in retail. But other than that, it's like, I don't know, you feel dead when you're on it feels like a single player game that you have to queue into everything else. It's kind of,
you don't see the population, and that's like, I don't know. That's the big draw for me to like Classic, is just seeing all the players in the world.
yeah, especially on those servers now that got unlayered or whatever as of recently.
They unlayered our server.
Did they really?
Oh my god, it was nuts the first night.
Dude, I think
This is
Benediction
really
is
fun work.
still layered. Like, that's crazy. But I think the longest queue I've ever had on Benediction was like 1,000 people. Like, ever. No.
This Tuesday we had server queues for raids.
Did you really?
At raid time there was a server queue. Yeah.
How
we're
long
gonna
was
have
it?
this thing. It wasn't very long, but that was the first night they undid like the layers and stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, layering shouldn't. Well, I guess it does have something to do with like login queues, because then they'll just get shoved. Oh yeah, I guess it does, because they'll shove all the people to like the other layer or whatever. But it's
Right.
essentially 2 servers. Damn, that's crazy.
It was pretty neat. And I was like, all right, well, gotta log in early on Tuesdays now.
Does anybody from your guys' guild stream?
Yes, a couple people do actually.
Oh shit! Next time you guys raid, I'll have to fuck. Well, you guys stream Tuesday or raid Tuesday, Thursday, right?
Just Tuesday, because we can
Oh.
clear. Yeah. It's like an hour and 20 minutes for Molten Core, and then we split the raid into and do 2 separate Ani groups.
Oh, okay, cool. Shit. Dude, that's so weird. It's like, oh, it takes months to level up and hit 60 and get bis, and then we do everything in one fucking night. Like,
Those 7 days were like the first 7 days for me too.
what do you mean?
Like those 7 days played, it was like I barely slept the first week.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember. Like, I think it was week 2. You'd message me during the day at work. You're like, dude, I'm so tired. You like wouldn't fucking sleep. It'd be like 3 hours or something, and you go to work. It's like, dude, I don't know.
Sure.
That's crazy. But
Once I went back to work, I was getting like, I made sure like bare minimum was like 6 hours of sleep. I couldn't be tired for that shit.
okay, yeah, dude, I can't even do like less than 6 hours anymore. Like, that's like bare minimum for me. Which, I mean, I guess that's healthy, like getting a normal
Getting
amount.
old, isn't it?
Oh, dude, it sucks, man. I remember you know what though? That's why I got in a fucking car accident when I was younger. I, I would just get 3-4 hours of sleep a night, and I remember I went to a concert one night, and I had to go to work the next day, and it was like super far away, and I stayed with a friend, and then I woke up early and drove into work, and then after work that day, I like fell asleep at the wheel on the way home and just rear-ended this lady, and at that, like, that was the point in my life where I was like, dude, I need to sleep. Like, this is fucking dangerous. Because I would make a joke like, oh yeah, I fall asleep like driving into work all the time, and like I did, but like you're on such autopilot mode, you're probably not really sleeping, but it feels like it. It's like, how did I fucking get here? But yeah, I've definitely changed my ways in the last couple years, just because. Speaking of changing people's ways, Shroud changing ways of things he's streaming. What a fucking transition, bud. Dude, I wonder how much fucking money they gave him. I know I speculated this before with Ninja. Like,
6-7 figures at least.
you think so? 6 or 7 figures?
I think so, yeah, but it's probably 6 or 7 figures over X amount of years.
Oh, I'm sure. There's no way it's a lump sum. And does Shroud have a kid as well?
He's a kitten. I don't know about a child though.
I didn't know if he had a child or not, because if they haven't offered Tim the Tatman a like something to reach out for, like if they haven't offered him anything and he didn't take it, I would be shocked. No, because it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, dude, you should like that's such a smart move, like money wise, because like you have a family now, you have to take care of this. Like, obviously he's a millionaire, so it doesn't really matter, and that's probably like why he hasn't switched yet. But I could definitely see him coming over. Like, I think he's next.
I think that was like when I was Ninja's like, all right, well, that's a fucking power move right there. And then with Shroud, it's like, all right, how many are they gonna continually snipe?
Right.
How long before they just snipe them all to where Mixer is the place to be, just because that's where every other top streamer is?
Yeah, it's gonna be like you build up on Twitch to sell out to Mixer. Like, that's gonna be the workflow, because it's there's not gonna be any big huge streamers left on Mixer, and Mixer's gonna become like the television of internet games, kind of like how Twitch kind of was. But it's really cool how their spotlights work on Mixer. Like, it's like, oh, hey, check out some of our partnered streamers, and it's like right at the top. They don't even have to be live. They're just featured up there, which is fucking awesome. But at the same time, I don't know, because like Twitch just has their, oh, you're featured at the top of the page, and like nobody even fucking goes to that page anymore. Like, they're just,
my bookmark for Twitch takes me past that page. It takes me straight directly into browse.
Exactly, like either browse or favorites, or not favorites, but following, like people that watch what they want to watch, or like the people they like. It's just nobody like branches out or anything. It's kind of funny. They just watch. It's like watching cable. Oh, the top 12 channels or whatever get all the traffic.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know. I think Tim will go next. I think Dan turned it down. I don't know if he got offered or not, but it was a pretty big sum, I believe.
I wonder if they'll go after Aspen Giggler.
I don't think he would go. I think he would just meme it to death and then get. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like,
you're right.
I feel like he wouldn't. Soda probably wouldn't. I don't think they'd reach out to Soda though. Like, I don't think they'd reach out to Asmon either, to be completely honest.
Yeah, because like Ninja and, I mean, to an extent, Shroud is kind of cleaned up a little bit, but like they're very kind of like PC streamers in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think the next is Tim. Like, it's got to be, because like he's totally PC versus like his Overwatch days. Granted, he does claim to be like Christian and shit, so like I don't think he's swore on his stream like purposely. Like, there's accidental slips obviously, but I don't think he's purposely swore on his stream in like 4 years or something like that. It's kind of like how Ninja did, like when he switched over from H1 or whatever the fuck. God, classic Ninja, dude.
What a time to be alive.
I know. He was small when he was like H1 too, so I remember watching him. I'm like, who's this kid? He's just freaking out over nothing. It's like, it's just a game, dude. And oh, well, now I'm big and into Fortnite, and I don't even hardly say anything to chat. Like, I don't know. It's a weird.
Doesn't need to anymore.
I know. People just tune in and sub to him. That's like Shroud level of like.
Can he even do it though? Like, I mean, could you physically keep up with your chat going
that
fast with that many people?
No, dude, it's
that many people, let alone like outside of just like honestly reading like new subs and donos.
That's really all you can do. It's kind of crazy. Like, I remember I had trouble. Like, I got hosted one time for like 300 people, And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick and choose what I read and what I can't. You know what I mean? It was like, what do you like? That's only 300 people, and not even everybody's talking. Like when
Right.
you get up into the like tens of thousands of people, and like the amount of people typing is like, now granted, it's still a very low percentage, but like, dude, that'd be impossible to keep up with.
Right. Impossible.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I came back to Twitch Thursday and did a co-stream with Lauren. I got both of our computers set up, like streaming to my channel, and dude, it was a lot of fun actually. We had like both of the computer screens going.
That's pretty cool. What game are you guys playing?
Dauntless.
Dauntless. I still have not played that.
Who's you guys got a buddy that plays it? Who's Hoss? I don't remember.
Oh, it's David.
Yeah, he plays it like quite a bit actually. I see him on all the fucking time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's I tell this to everybody who's never played it. It's like, have you played Monster Hunter?
I've seen Monster Hunter played, but I've not played it personally. And at the time of Monster Hunter's release, they didn't support certain older CPUs.
CPUs? Yeah, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God.
mine fell under that category.
Oh, dude.
I know,
That
right?
feels so bad. But that's crazy though. Like I think dude, like the fact that it's using the same engine, like Monster Hunter World is using I believe it's using the same engine that like the one that came out for the PlayStation was using.
Yeah.
So like the fact that there's an like quote unquote older graphics card limitation is fucking nuts. Like to be honest,
I know it wasn't graphics card; it was like actual like CPU.
I mean, well, all right, still like even like second gen could like kind of like emulate PS2. Like second gen i7s can emulate PS2 games like pretty well, you know?
Yeah.
Which is so that's kind of nuts to me that they actually had that. It's not fucking Quake or not Quake, but shit, what is that game? But can it run Crisis? That's it. Like it
Oh,
was
Crisis.
yeah, remember how when that was the benchmark? It was like the amazing looking graphics. Never ran well because it's unoptimized as shit. But yeah, Dauntless is it's Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter Lite. So the movement's a lot faster. You get action locked combat a little bit. So like
Yeah.
when it's kind of like Dark Souls-esque movements and attacks, but like you can dodge out pretty early of things, and when you dodge roll, it's kind of the same like perfect hitbox type deal. And when you roll, you're invulnerable to things. So like something comes at you, you just fucking roll. So it's very much like Dark Souls. In the combat at least.
I gotcha.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like that we've been playing for about a month, and we just now hit the part where it's like, okay, now you have to grind, like to make any real progress. And I have a feeling, because this is the first time Lauren's played like anything that's super grindy, I have a feeling that it's going to like discourage us a little bit from playing.
Oof.
So
Max level in that game?
So it's not a level, it's like it's just based on your gear. But
Ooh.
there's like mastery levels, which is kind of like your character's level, if you want to say. And I think it's 50, and we're like around the 30s right now.
Okay.
So it's like you do that, you get your gear up, but now this is like your gear starts to become locked by like progression. So you have different mastery levels for different like behemoths, let's say, like for the monsters. So you have to get your mastery level up with all the behemoths to get like your main mastery level up, and then that's when you can then craft plus 11 gear and plus 12 gear. Like it's quite a grind once you get to that. But I guess the end game is just farming farming like heroic trials. So it's like a time trial, and you just got to kill the beast as fast as you can.
That reminds me a lot of like WildStar. You ever get a chance to play that?
No, I played it until around level 30. I didn't hit any end game there.
Probably for the best. You would have not liked it.
Did you play it?
Yes.
Mm.
It was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was one of those games that I wanted to go back to, like, and play, and by the time I wanted to go back to it or could, it was like, yep, we're closing. I was like, well, fuck, like, I guess I missed that.
It had a fair amount of bugs on launch,
I,
but they were like, I don't know. You just dealt with them because the game was fun.
yeah,
If that makes any sense.
I mean, private servers, am I right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, you got the point there. They got fixed for the most part, but the end game was like the attunement process just to do like the raid was cancerous.
was it like what? Oh, how was it?
It was long. There was trial, like the dungeons you had to do like trials essentially and complete like a time trial in a dungeon.
Okay,
But the time trials weren't easy to do either.
right.
So you needed a group that was gonna be dedicated to it. You almost needed like a core group that could do it, and then some people that you're gonna carry through there and help them do it.
Okay, so you needed to be well geared, like even to have
Yeah.
one or two people. How were they were the group sizes like the same? Were they still like five man?
I think so.
Because I thought I
It's
remember them being 4-man, because there wasn't really a healer class per se, or was there? And I'm just misremembering.
There was a healer. The class I was playing was it was like an awkward hybrid of a lot of different things, but it could heal. Everything was telegraphed.
Yeah, I remember that. So even the heals were telegraphed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that sounds like it'd be really hard. Especially with how like Spurgy people move around like when they DPS half the time, you know? Especially like with range and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like some of the there was like instants still, but a lot of the things had just like a wind up to it.
Right, right. Huh. Well, that's sick. I like I said, I wanted to get into it, and I wonder if there's private servers for it.
That's I wouldn't be surprised. The housing of that game was a lot of fun too. That
I
was like my first introduction to like actually doing housing.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Huh.
I was
That's
in the
kind
game
of.
and I was like, I'll never do this. This sounds stupid, and then I did it and it was fun.
Oh, it does look like they have. Oh, maybe not. Open source, World of Warcraft, sandbox, client launchers. It looks like they have a sandbox version of like WildStar going on. Like you can download it and probably start up your own personal server, but I don't know if they have any networking or anything for it. That's still pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's using the same emulation that a lot of the classic WoW servers use, that Mangoes. I don't know.
Something you installed when you did Classic WoW, and I don't remember dealing
No,
with that.
that was if you started up your own server.
Oh, yeah, I
So
never tried to start my own server.
I did it when I was like, I hosted a server for like me and my friends when I was like 14 or 15. No. Yeah, like I was like 15. I couldn't even drive yet. I remember that. So like, yeah.
Pay for the game.
Yeah,
Did you
so
have the server?
yeah, and we would just like make ourselves level 255 and just with god mode powers and give ourselves like it was like I look back at it now, I was like that was such a waste of time. But like dude, we had a blast. Like I was like I tried to make like how a lot of the servers are where there's like item shops and shit like that, but like it was so like above me that like I was able to get some of it. Like I made sets of gear and shit like that were custom like GM sets of gear that just had like 99999 stats for like everything. And it was like this is so stupid but like so much fun. And like dude, I lost all of it. Like you'd be like, "Oh, hey, spin up a server now." And it's like, "Oh, dude, fuck, what?" Like I haven't done anything like that in so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably figure it out, and there's probably easier ways like Docker instances that you can just kick up and it has everything configured already. But then you get attacked by Big Bad Blizzard Man and cease and desist.
We're doing this now. Please stop.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like we gave you what you want. Please just come on. Just pay for it. I'm waiting for the first classic remake private server. Like this version of the game, and then they just flip it over and make it private so that people don't have to give Blizzard money anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised it would happen because there's a lot of things that just don't work right.
Like in right now?
Yeah.
Like what?
So the meta is to like get a bunch of world buffs, right? And you've heard me bitching about my character getting held hostage on Monday nights.
Right, right, right.
So you get a shitload of buffs, but if then when you get into raid, stuff like renew, stuff like rejuvenation, like hots and other like positive short-term buffs from other people can push off the world buffs and you hit like a buff limit.
Oh, that actually exists? I remember seeing a Reddit thread about it and I didn't know if it was like if that was being fixed or if they notified that as a problem. You know what I mean?
Suppose Blizzard said they fixed it, but this week during raid, our main tank had all of his DM buffs and a couple other world buffs completely pushed off.
Holy shit. That's
He
crazy.
didn't die. Yeah.
God damn it, Blizzard.
He started the raid with I don't know some absurd amount of health for a main tank, and
Yeah.
like I don't know after like the first I don't know it was probably like the third or fourth boss in. He's like my health is like 1,500 less than like what I started at. Where did all my world buffs go? And he hadn't died.
Damn. All right. Damn. That's they probably were like, all right, we'll increase the world like the buffs thing by like 2. That'll be enough. You know, nobody's gonna min max that hard so that they get every single world buff, and it's like, oh, you were wrong.
The problem is like enchants those count as invisible auras.
That's
and
right.
Your like buff limit.
That's so
which
dumb, dude.
Shouldn't be happening.
There's such a better way to do that. Like, why is that a buff? Why isn't that just a character stat that is like added to your character sheet? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it shouldn't be an invisible buff. That's so fucking ass backwards, dude.
Indeed, it is.
Like,
But it is what it is, I guess.
It's the classic experience. I wonder how that was back in the day. I wonder if people like if there was a buff limit in like actual vanilla.
I don't know. There's only, I mean, I know there's like a debuff slot limit because as it is standing right now, there's only like 8 debuffs you can put on a boss.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Certain classes can't do all of their debuffs because it'll eat up a debuff slot that needs to be on the boss.
Oh my god. That's weird. That feels like they're limiting, like there's almost a false sense of difficulty.
It was like that in Classic though, but I remember the debuff slot limit being a lot higher than it is currently.
Yeah, I never, like I said, I never raided in Classic, or I think I did like twice in BC, and I was in full PvP gear, so everyone hated me because I was that guy. And I don't, I was never paid attention to that shit. I was just like, I just want to smack things and make kids rage. Heal me, Smitty. I'm bad. And then he levels his warrior up and fucking shits on everything that I'm doing. He's like, "What? Why is your damage so low?" Oh,
Did
I
he show
don't
you
know,
how to
dude.
do it?
No. Me and Smitty have a weird relationship where it's he shits on me and I make fun of him for being dumb.
That was like the relationship we had with Figgy, except you couldn't make fun of him for being dumb because he's actually a smart kid.
Right? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so what's you've got some, speaking of buffs and debuffs and magic, another killer transition.
I know, right? Dude, I don't know what it was. I was like, I got off at like 2, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna hang out for a minute and then go to bed. And next thing I know, it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I've been playing Magic for like 2.5 hours
Last night?
last night.
Oh my god, dude. I think I passed out at like 11, like watching TV. Like we watched a couple football games and just crashed. Like
I wasn't sure I was like gonna be able to wake up in time today. Made sure my phone was plugged in and my alarm was set.
We could have done it a little bit later. Like, like I said, I had nothing to do today, but it's no big deal. You've been playing a lot of Magic online and offline, haven't you?
Indeed. It's been much fun.
I can't get into it, man. I got a bunch of dudes that play it at work, and I remember hearing something about ban lists and stuff like that recently, and this dude just turned around and spent like $500, like no big deal, and right away. And it was like all my friends were like, "What are you doing?" The ban, like I think I remember hearing the words, "You don't even know if that's going to be banned or not." And I don't know how
Always something to
relevant that
consider.
is. Yeah.
So one of the guys that I played with him in a minute. He was in the he was in the Navy, and when he got out of the Navy, he just had a shitload of money, like most people do in the Navy
hmm
or in the armed forces when they get out. So he ended up and he spent like $800 on a Magic deck.
Okay, so the standard deck,
Yeah.
a little high.
And like I don't know, 2 months or so after he bought the deck, 2 cards that were in his deck got banned.
Were they like hugely like reliant on it too?
For both of the cards, he spent around $100
Oh.
just for 2 cards alone,
Now,
and then they got banned.
the only thing about like physical Magic, like playing, IRL Magic, is like you can turn around and sell those cards. Now, granted, if the ban happens, you can't really make your money back, but you can still recoup some of the costs, right?
Usually, like
Sometimes.
every year they release like pre-constructed decks for Commander, which is a format I end up playing a lot when I'm playing IRL Magic, and they're usually like $30-$40 when they release them, and then within 2 years, like $120.
Like always?
Always, every set that's been released, it like doubles or triples in value like a couple years after its release.
So you're saying there's a way to invest and flip cards.
Invest in Magic cards.
It's it's free real
It's
estate.
foolproof. It's free real estate. It's foolproof. What could possibly go wrong until they
Okay.
ban something?
Right.
So yeah, there was a pretty big like Magic tournament that happened last weekend, and it was the Mythic Championship, and like I don't know, 70% of the decks that were brought to this tournament were the same deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that deck being Golos Field. And what you do is you play a land card, and whenever you have 7 or more lands of different names, it just starts shitting out minions onto the board. And it was always reliable. It was really easy to set it up, and it could go fast. It could grind you out. It was just like
Just
it's a
like
silly deck.
ultimate like aggro and or mid and or at like long term
Yeah.
deck. Like it could do pretty much anything.
So the 30% that didn't bring Golos Field brought something to try and beat Golos Field.
Dude, that's insane. So I know that there's like meta like the closest card game I've ever got into was like Hearthstone, and I play some Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
like on the online TCG. And there's never been, well, I know there is in Hearthstone, but in like the other ones I feel like there's never been one deck that's just like, "Oh, this is stronger than everything else." And there's nothing you can counter it with.
That was basically Golos Field.
Yeah, but like the fact that they would release something like that, and then, after they figure out and not ban anything that's in that deck, like who sets the ban lists? Like how's that work?
Wizards of the Coast does.
Oh, they just do it. Okay, so
Mhm.
but are all the tournaments sanctioned by Wizards of the Coast, like a representative at least?
I would assume so.
I wonder if there's like a rep that's there, and they're just like, "Oh, I should report this." there's 70% of the exact same deck here,
In
and
the announcement for the ban and restriction, they specifically said that like this isn't in response to the Mythic Championship.
But was it actually?
I can only assume so because like on like the ladder system for Magic Arena, you ran into Golo's Field.
Hmm.
At tournaments, you ran into Golo's Field.
Is it? Does the ban exist on online and in
Paper,
real life?
yeah,
Really? So it's the same rule set across both.
it is. It's standard. So there's a bunch of different formats for Magic.
Right.
The two biggest standards are probably our two biggest formats are probably Modern, Standard, and we'll say three, and we'll say Commander, which is the other one that I play.
Okay.
Modern has just a ton of different decks, and Modern is a bunch of like a bunch of the different sets, dating pretty far back.
Mm-hmm.
And Standard is the four newest sets or something like that.
Is that
And
what
Standard,
is standard? What online is pretty much only?
yeah.
Okay.
And then Standard is just like the current sets of cards.
Right.
And that rotates, like cards rotate in and out on a yearly basis.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I never really got into Magic. I probably would be interested in it if like it's kind of how I thought about Hearthstone when it was like every time I try to get into it, right? You have to spend at least $100 up front. You have no resale value after that, and it's just like that's it. Like and then those cards
games.
Yeah, but then those
so
cards are
goddamn expensive.
Exactly. It just doesn't I can't do it, man. I just can't.
One bit.
So
My friend called me. He was like, what's you've been playing Magic for so far now, and how would you explain it to someone else who is thinking about getting into Magic?" And it was expensive.
I'm surprised you just didn't say don't. That's yeah. That's kind of what I said about BDO. Like, if anyone is like, "Oh, well, what's it like?" Expensive. Is it fun? No. It's why do you play? Gambling? I don't
know.
I don't know.
I have a problem.
Yeah. But speaking of Magic, that little thing that I had posted about there, did you hear about the Magic meets My Little Ponies?
Oh my god, I did.
Did you like what the fuck? Like I understand that Hasbro owns both of these things.
Can't remember what was it called. I can't remember.
My Little Pony in Ponies the Galloping.
That's what it was.
I saw this and I was like, "Are you effing kidding me, man? Like, are they any good? Are they gonna be in normal rotation? Like, how's this?"
Jesus, I can't. It's got to be for a small sect of people. I don't know.
They sell. There's 3 play mats, and then I think there's 4 cards, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like 4 different cards. But I think the play mats are
I just want to get a play mat just to like be a meme.
You should. You really should. But you're gonna get looked at differently at tournaments and shit. Like go up to play IRL and have a fucking pony mat.
Dude, you don't even know. Tyler went full meme spec with the shit he got. So his playmat, right?
Yeah.
Is it's the devil and God arm wrestling for his playmat. It's beautiful, man. It's great. I'll have to take a picture of it and send it to you.
Please do.
And his sleeves for his cards then have and just an anime waifu girl on his card sleeves.
Oh god, that is such a like he. Yes, that makes sense. Like after knowing and meeting Tyler, it's like, yeah, no, that fits him extremely well. Holy shit.
He's the fucking meme lord, man. I'll have to take a picture of it and send it to you. Again, it's great.
So let me see here. I think I lied. I think there's actually 6 cards. Let me see here. Finally, there's Sold in a 3-pack for $50. $30 of which goes to the Extra Life Children's Hospital. So that's like why they're doing this too. Is it's like money goes to the Children's Hospital. So it's kind of cool. But like, oh, okay, here it is. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic cards are tournament legal. The Nightmare Moon card showcasing the animated series' first antagonist is a 2-sided card with the villain's alter ego, Princess Luna, on the other side. What? So, a 2-sided card? So do you have to run a sleeve with that, or how's that work?
In Magic, there's a couple cards that once you meet the requirements of the card, you flip the card. Yeah, you just like take it out of its sleeve, flip it over, put it back in its sleeve.
Yeah, because I feel like you'd have to, like, you'd be at a disadvantage if you, like, didn't run like a card sleeve with that. Because, like, you'd draw it and people could just fucking see it, you know?
Like a lot of the card games, like you're pretty much gonna always have sleeves on your cards.
Right. I'm just, like,
There's
that just
collections out
seems,
there that are just crazy.
yeah, that also just seems super crazy. Like, the fact that, oh yeah, this card you can see the other side, so you automatically know. But I feel like Magic is also one of those things that if something is getting set up, there's not really a lot you can do to stop it. Like, not every time, but some of the times it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna set this up, and you have to either kill me or, like, that's like the only way to stop it. But maybe I'm wrong because like I said, I don't really play a lot of Magic.
No, there's one of the decks I played.
And then like once,
Once I start a loop, it's very hard for you to stop it.
yep,
But setting it up is very hard to do at the same time.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, or it takes a little while to set up. So like I said, somebody has to like kill you before you can fully set up your I don't know how it all works, but and then once you get it, like once you get all your cards out, like GG, like that's pretty much it.
My deck that does that, I win by drawing cards. It's great. I love it. But so like my commander, whenever I draw a card, he'll ping 1 damage to any target.
Oh,
And then I can give him like enchantments and auras and things. And one of the things is like whenever he deals damage, I draw a card. And then because I drew a card, he'll deal damage. Because he dealt damage, draw a card. And it just sets him in a loop that I can just shotgun someone down.
that's kind of crazy. Like but that's what I mean. Like it feels like if you get to that point, it's like that's game over.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So I've been trying to ignore a lot of the news that I've seen around Bethesda because, you know, it's fucking all over Reddit. So like every time I see like a Fallout like guy like in the thumbnail, I'm like, nope, scroll past. I don't want to know what it is.
Have you gone to falloutfirst.com yet?
I did when you sent me that link. And holy shit, like, can you explain? Because I was like in the middle of work when you sent me that, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this a meme site? Like, what is this?
Uh, so Fallout First is essentially Fallout 76 private servers. And
Okay.
it's $100 a year for it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and you get a whole slew of other things. But it's mostly just a hot pile of garbage that they're giving you. They're giving you like so many of the, I think their microtransaction currency is atoms, and they're giving you so many atoms to spend in the microtransaction store a month.
Oh my god.
And only one person has to buy it, and then you can have like, this is like 8 people on the private server.
That's it?
Yeah, so like one person has to buy it, and then you can invite 7 of your friends to come play with you.
Or they can all like chip in for the cost or something.
Or yeah, something like that, like when
You know,
we
like,
played Ark and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly.
You get some other cosmetic things. There's I guess scrap in the game. I don't know what it's used for, but you apparently hoard it. And there's like an infinite scrap box. Well, apparently that box is auto deleting scrap, so that's nice. Thanks, Bethesda.
Oh my god.
But just like on top of that is the cost for it. So, but they didn't secure the domain for FalloutFirst.com, and someone went in and sniped it.
Oh my god.
And
So it was this after they announced it? They were like Fallout First, and then like you went to the
Yeah.
website and it didn't exist, and then somebody
Basically.
bought the domain. Dude, how can you fuck up so much within the
Yeah.
past like what? I want to say 3 years. I feel like they've dropped the ball just countless times.
there's a quote. I'm gonna have to go find it. I have to go pull up fucking Slack because I sent it to someone at work. And it's one of their marketing, like head of like VP marketing somebody, saying how there's gonna be like a stream of content for Fallout, and it's always gonna continually to be free, and it'll you're never gonna have to pay for any DLC or anything like that. And then this.
But it's always $100 a month.
Not
There's
a
that-
month, a year.
Oh, a
Like,
year. Okay.
A $14 a month or something like that.
Okay. So your basic yearly WoW subscription.
Yeah.
And like so they're essentially what dude, it's not even like marketable, I feel like.
No.
Cuz it's not an MMO, it's a private server. So you get 8 other people if they're online and your schedules match up. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't hold any weight. When is that coming
No.
out? When is that coming out? They announced
I think
it.
it's available now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What is Fallout First's actual website? Do you know?
I'm assuming it's just on their like Fallout 76 website.
Oh, it's Fallout.Bethesda. They have a /announcement one. Oh, there it is. I saw the one thing where it's like first member fucked in the little golden ticket. I was like, holy shit. But the fact that I'm surprised they didn't get like a cease and desist or something, like, because they're using all of the like the IP from them. Like, you know what I mean? I know they're not like obviously like making any money off of it, but like still, that's, oh man, that's a dangerous game to play, like with a big AAA company. But at this point, I can't really call Bethesda a AAA company anymore. Like they're releasing, I can't. Like they're huge, but they're releasing shit that's like unfinished, and like let's not get started on Fallout 76, like that fucking disaster of a game. But
Did
it's
you
like,
play it at launch at all?
nope,
don't know if you checked that
no,
one out.
I am not a Fallout guy at all. I played, I think 3 when it had come out. It was either 3 or 4, I don't remember. But I played 3 or 4 when it like first came out, and it was like, okay, this is cool. I don't like single player story driven games like that. They do nothing for me. Especially in that like first person Skyrim mode, shoot 'em up. I don't know what you want to call it. It does nothing for me. And I wish it did. Like I wish I could get into games like that. I
tend to like them. Like I love the Mass Effect. I love Skyrim.
Did you ever play so yeah, if you played that, I guess that game
Couldn't get into Fallout.
No, you couldn't.
I tried. Yeah. I
Okay.
tried, but I don't know. I got to the same spot in Fallout 3. I couldn't even tell you how many times, and it just fucking couldn't. Oh my god, there's so many alliance out here. And I just get the same spot every time.
Right. Yeah, I remember I got to one spot in like the quest mode or however, like the markers where it's like, oh, go here. It had me going in and out of the same door. It was like, go here, outside of this room. Go here, inside of this room. And it's like, there's nothing left inside, and outside is telling me to go inside. And like, I just had it up to there with it, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. I have no urge to keep going on, because like, there's the housing, stuff that you build your base or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like that. I've never been a fan of that, so it just did nothing for me. And I know a lot of people like those. I think Smitty, when New Vegas, it was like way after New Vegas had come out, he like downloaded it again and like modded the shit out of it. Dude, I remember it was like one of the summers, I went over his house. And he's like, yeah, I've been playing this for the last like 2 days. He's like, I've slept like 7 hours total. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, it's so much fun. I'm like, how? You're just by yourself in a game you modded. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me. I wish it did. But that kind of leads me into a game that got released. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. Outerworlds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that just get?
Phone played a little bit.
I watched Dan's game play it a little bit, and people were like, "Why does this look so much like?" It reminds me of Fallout with better cinematics and character interaction, where their mouths actually match the fucking words they're saying. Like, that's what it looks like. The AI, I guess, is complete garbage. Like your people that follow you around in your party just like run in and die. You know, like Dan had to stop playing. He was in the middle of playing, and he's just like, "All right, I'm gonna go take an hour lunch. I'm getting bored. I have to go do something else, or I'm gonna not ever play this again." I was like, "Why would you even want to do that?" I know. I was like shocked, and he's just like, "All right, yep, going to lunch. See you guys in an hour. Bye," and like ended stream. I was like, it was just shocking to me that because I've never seen him just be like, "Okay, I'm bored." Because I he usually plays games like that. Like,
right.
He played a lot of 76. He just seems to like those RPG, story-driven games. It's just the type of streamer he is. How was Ko liking it? Because I know that's how he is too.
I was like, it was on my lunch break at work, so I was paying attention, not paying attention.
Okay.
I was just kind of like watching the feel of the game more than like I wasn't really like listening to him commentate at all. I was just kind of like watching the game.
Right.
But it was in like a lot of dialogue menus when he was doing it. Like the dialogue menus seemed like a classic Fallout game, but they were entertaining to like watch him go through the dialogue menus and whatnot.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like the actual gameplay just doesn't seem super grabby. It seems like just run through, like do the story and try and manage like what guns and shit you have and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna pick up Red Dead when it hits PC?
I probably won't actually. Like, I'm not. I thought I was going to because it was like, oh yeah, I'll just wait for PC launch, and I haven't even played it. I haven't even thought about playing it. I've seen like some of the ending, like big fight scenes, and it's like it was really cool looking. I don't think I can get into a cowboy version of GTA. It just that's what it feels like to me, and it looks like it controls the exact same way, other than your horse just taking a shit every time you like hit a rock or something, and like kill your horse and you're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. It didn't really apply to or like grab me at all. Are you gonna grab it?
Probably not.
No. I saw you put that on the topics thing, and I was like, oh, but he's probably interested in it. It's just nah.
So, I am interested in the game, and it looks good, and I just don't think my PC would do it justice.
That's fair. You're rocking a little bit older stuff still, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, stop spending money on magic cards and buy yourself a new fucking computer, bro. Sell some of the magic cards.
Oh god.
I know you don't need that much for like running WoW, but like there's other things, man.
I know, it feels really bad.
Oh shit. That's like there's a shitload of games coming out for the Switch soon here too. Super Monkey Ball, the one that was on the Wii, is getting remade for the Switch, and I've always thought Monkey Ball looked cool, but I've never had a console that could play it. So I've always been like, oh, it looks so much fun. Let me try to like run an emulator, and that was like years ago, so like the technology wasn't there. It's just like, oh no, this is garbage. It's not fun. There's no tilt controls, so I can't actually play the game. And I don't know. And then I want to go back and play the old Luigi's Man. Do they have Is this the third Luigi's Mansion that they're coming out with?
I don't know. I never played the Luigi Mansion series. When did they start? I'm assuming you're on the Wii.
I think it was the GameCube.
Was it GameCube? See,
Yeah.
I didn't have the Nintendo systems growing up as a kid.
Right.
And then I never really had a Wii or Wii U. The Switch is like the only like Nintendo system I've really owned.
Dude, that's exactly how I am. I'd never.
Outside of like Game Boys, like I've had the Game Boy systems and whatnot.
Yeah, I had a DS too. It looks like Luigi's Mansion, the second one, which was called Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It came out for the 3DS back in 2013. So I guess this is the third installment. So they're calling it 3, even though, I don't know if they link together, or if there's some overlying story. And it probably doesn't. But if you see people like in the third game, you're probably going to recognize them from the first and the second. But I do have a GameCube emulator, like nice and set up, and I might jump in and play the first one a little bit, just because I want to see if I like it enough to buy it. It comes out in the 31st. It comes out on Halloween. Now I'm not gonna play it on Halloween because I have plans, but it does seem like I feel like they should have released it on like the 1st of October and not the last day of October, just for like streamers or anything like that in general. Like that's the month you play the spooky games. It's like, well, now we're into November and I don't care about spooky games anymore. Like, like
with your spoopy shit.
Yeah, man, I'm over that spoopy shit. Speaking of spoopy shit, I still have yet to play the game I said I was going to play, which is The Beast Inside, which looks fucking terrifying. And I am a giant bitch when it comes to scary shit. Like, I won't go see scary movies. I won't go to haunted houses. I like Halloween, and I don't mind, like, the, like, gore and blood and stuff like that. Like, slasher films don't bug me, but as soon as you get into the paranormal jump scare type shit, I fucking hate it. I have an overactive imagination, so, like, at night, I get super wigged out, and I really don't want to play it, but I think I'm going to do like a sub goal or something. Like if I hit it, I'll play it. It's going to be super low, obviously, because, I don't stream on Twitch.
You're just a small mom and pop streamer.
I'm just a small mom and pop streamer, man. That's it.
Oh, man.
We bought it the other day, but it was before we upgraded our internet service recently because it was still under contract from my old roommate, and they as soon as our contract went up, they fucked our upload speed. So it was like, oh, now you have 0.4 meg up, and it's like, okay, well, can't stream on that. Looks like these plans were fucked because I haven't streamed in a month.
Thanks, Comcast.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, guys. We're paying you more, and then you fucked me. So I had them cancel that and then re-upped with my own plan. So I get a gig down and 40 megs up now. So it's nice. It's super nice.
Nice. Feels good, man. And have a good internet is a good godsend to have.
It is, and I think right now I haven't done a speed test in a little while, but I think I'm only getting, I say only, but 600 megs down, and I'm like, I know that's way, yes, but I think that's way more than enough, right? Like, I don't think I'd notice another 400 gigs or megs.
Call and complain, because that's what they did to us. Like, as soon as we got our gigabit internet installed, it was only that, like 600-700 down, and we called and complained, and like right after we complained, their speed shot back up to a gig.
Yeah, I made the joke of, we gotta warm the pipes up first, for a couple days, and then once the pipes are nice and warm, the data'll come through faster. I haven't done a speed test in a couple days, but I'll probably call and complain because, I'm paying less now than I was for my 400 down, 20 up, but it's still like, I'm paying you money. You told me I'm getting this. I'm not getting this. I'm renting their modem. I'm using Cat 6 Ethernet. Like, I should be getting a gig down. Yeah.
Just call and complain.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys had gigabit.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get it?
When we moved in.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought you guys I thought you had shit internet. Is that Derek that has really really bad internet?
It was not bad at our apartment, and then when we came here, we made sure it was really good.
Okay. Are you guys getting do you guys you're not in contract anymore, right? So you're probably paying full price.
I'm assuming Tyler's the one who pays for it,
Okay.
and it's kind of just like a part of my rent.
Right, right.
So I'm assuming he would have renegotiated the contract, but I haven't asked.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that was kind of everything we had for this week. Is there anything else that you want to touch on?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that was a little bit over an hour. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Indeed.
Alrighty. We'll try to do this once a week or so, and it'll be on SoundCloud everywhere where podcasts are available. Pretty much, it's using the same RSS feed that my own personal podcast was using. So I just changed the name and everything, so it should come through an update with Omegacast. And that.
Omegacast.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Later.